Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. In this one I wanted to talk about Divine Hammers and how you can extend its duration as much as possible in a Mythic Plus setting with a very simple talent change. And well, with that being said, let's start with the video. Okay guys, so it's no secret that the Divine Hammers are currently one of the most important parts of the Retribution Paladin kit. It's the core engine that makes Templar work. This is because of its interaction with the talent Hammerfall, where whenever Divine Hammer hits something, it's going to also call down an Empyrean Hammer on a nearby enemy. This helps in single target, and more importantly, it helps in AoE with Wrathful Descent whenever it critically strikes. So that means that we want to have Divine Hammers up as much as possible and extended as long as we can. So how do we do that in the normal Retribution Paladin build? Well, in this one we have three ways of extending Divine Hammers. The first one is with Holy Power Spenders and their procs. We have Final Verdict, Divine Storm, and the procs, Divine Purpose and Empyrean Power. Those are going to extend the duration of your Divine Hammer by 1.5 seconds each. Now, after that you have the next one, which is Hammers of Light, the one that you get after Wake of Ashes and the one that you get after 50 stacks of Light Deliverance, that is for free. This is going to extend the duration of your Divine Hammer by 2.5 seconds. And the third way that you can do it in a normal Retribution Paladin build is with our tier set. Whenever you get the winning streak proc, you get 4 seconds of going wild with Holy Power Spenders and just extend your Divine Hammer as much as you can. Now, those are all the ways that you can do it in the normal Retribution Paladin build, the one that you can see here. But with my change, you are going to get a fourth extra one that is really flexible and works really well with our kit, because we all know, that sometimes in Mythic Plus mechanics happen. You have to get away from your targets. You can't generate holy power. You can't get to your target. Sometimes the tanks also are kind of slow and pulling mobs. So this is going to give you those extra seconds that you might need to stabilize and keep your Divine Hammers going between packs, and maybe keep it going if you got unlucky with a mechanic. The change I'm going to tell you guys to make is to lose Searing Light and instead of that use Empyrean Legacy. Yes, I know Searing Light is pretty powerful because it does decent enough damage. It does around 1.5 to 2% of your damage overall at the end of a key, plus an extra 1% from the consecration that it leaves behind. So it's pretty good. But with Empyrean Legacy, if you actually play it correctly, you're going to get so much more value. So now let's go and talk about the benefits of it. Okay, so Empyrean Legacy is a pretty overlooked talent, but it has really neat interactions on how Retribution Paladin works at the moment. So first of all, it works really well with Divine Hammers in that it's the longest amount of time you can extend Divine Hammers in the press of a button. Because it counts as 2 Holy Power Spenders, it's going to extend the duration of your Divine Hammers by 3 seconds. This is because Blizzard in a recent patch removed the internal cooldown on extensions of Divine Hammer, meaning that doesn't matter how fast you press your Holy Power Spenders, you're always going to get extensions of them. So yeah, in that way, Empyrean Legacy helps you keep your Divine Hammers up for longer. So I'm going to demonstrate this just hitting the dummies here, so I'll show you that you get those 3 seconds of extension. So I got my Empyrean Legacy proc there, and now I'm going to wait for the Divine Hammers to go down to 1 second, so you can see that it goes back to 4. So it's 1 second and we went back to 4, giving us those 3 seconds of extension. The other thing that the Empyrean Legacy has going for it is that it gives you the highest amount of extra multiplicative damage for your Divine Storm. This in combination with other talents like, let's say, your Final Reckoning and of course our normal wings is going to make your Divine Storm that comes from this hit like a truck, because it gives you 25% increased extra damage. That's higher than things like, for example, Final Reckoning that only gives you 15% extra damage, and Empyrean Power that gives you 15% damage as well. So yeah, it makes your Divine Storm that you hit after this very chunky. The next thing that is important is that it is a Holy Power Spender that we can control. I mean, it's a proc that we can control. This means that if, let's say, you are doing your rotation, I'm gonna just do a simple rotation here, and let's say I'm running out of Holy Power, okay, there's no Holy Power. Oh crap, I don't have Holy Power. I can keep my hammers up. You can bank that proc of Empyrean Legacy until the last second, until you need it to extend the duration of your Divine Hammers and keep doing your rotation, It helps you have that small leeway of time to keep getting your hammers up, and until you maybe get a proc from your tier set, or you get a hammer of light proc to extend further. So as you can see there, it is pretty useful, and it's a proc, like I said, that you can control to keep those divine hammers going. On the topic of our tier set, Empyrean Legacy is also going to help you with that, because, well, let's go and read what our tier set does. So whenever we lose our winning streak, we are going to get 4 seconds of infinite holy power, and spending holy power on damaging abilities has a 12% chance of removing winning streak, meaning that since Empyrean Legacy counts as 2 holy power spenders in one, it's going to speed up that clock, making it a lot easier to get to those 4 seconds of infinite holy power. As you can see, Empyrean Legacy has a lot more synergy than a talent that like CYEAN Light that just does damage. While decent damage, doesn't really synergize with what we're doing in this season with Retribution Paladin. So I really recommend you guys to start using Empyrean Legacy. Give it a try, you know, play with it, and I'm sure you're going to have great results. You can use it with both Final Reckoning or Execution Sentence build. It is really powerful. And well guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope it helps you keep those hammers up. Let me know down in the comments if you had success with this build. And well, if you enjoy my content, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching everyone.